Hello, everyone. I'm here with Angie. Angie was a lifelong smoker that wanted to quit. So, why don't we talk about how? Well, you first came to me September 15th. It's November 30th. So, we're talking 2.5 months roughly.
That's right.
Right? You smoked for how many years?
Oh, 60. I started.
60 years you smoked. And why did you call? Well, first of all, look, Angie's a non smoker now. Angie's been a non-smoker since September 15th. Okay, let's get that out of the way. So let's talk about why and how you came upon, coming to my website and reading about it and seeing that this was something that was you wanted to try. How did that happen?
Well, I came across one of your videos on Facebook, and one of your clients was talking about not smoking.
Okay.
And how quickly it had happened.
Okay. And so then you sent me an email. I remember you telling me that you just never thought that you would ever quit, and you just assumed that you would just live your entire life as a smoker.
That's right. I tried many times and it never succeeded.
When you sent me that email, you still didn't think that this was actually going to go anywhere, did you?
No.
And so I responded to...
We had a phone consult.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And from that phone consult, then you thought, well, I'll give it a shot, right?
What you said exactly was, I think I can help you, and you did. And I want to thank you for that.
All right. No, thank you for taking a chance on me. So let's talk about what happened after the first session.
Well, it was like I had never smoked.
It was like you had never smoked.
It wasn't crossing my mind. I couldn't imagine it. It was very peculiar. Very peculiar. It was like magic.
Mm-hmm.
And this lasted for quite a long time.
One day someone's going to give me an explanation that's going to make me understand how this works. I'm the hypnotist, and I got to be honest, there are times where I feel like I get close to understanding how it all works, and then I realize that the more I learn, the more I'm going to keep learning. And I feel like the more I learn, the less I know. It's interesting.
Yes, it is.
So that feeling that you just never, ever smoked, do you recall... well, we just talked about it because you went searching for your purse looking for your inhaler.
Yes.
But I remember, I don't know if it was your second session or your third session, where you said, oh, I want to show you something. And I said, what? And you reached in. I didn't even know what I was looking at, but that was your inhaler for COPD.
That's
and
right.
You used it when you needed it. And it was so far out of your mind that you said, I just realized I haven't used this. And you had that revelation here in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I asked Angie, I said, hey, look, that would be a great prop for this video. Can you go into your purse and get your inhaler? And Angie spent a couple of minutes searching around through her purse and said, well, it's not here. Right? So at some point
That's
you took
right.
it out of your purse because...
I haven't needed it.
You haven't needed it.
And
very
happy to say that.
How many years were you dependent on that inhaler?
On a when needed basis, approximately 10 years.
And how many times in a given week? Like, some people use them an awful lot, and some people it's very rare. Like on average, how often were you using it?
At times every day.
At times every day.
It's ordered 1 to 4 times a day when
Yes.
needed, and I usually only had it once.
Okay, and so since September 15th, you haven't used it at all?
I used it once.
You used it once. Okay.
Yes, I just felt a little short of breath after I had turned the heat on in the house and having an allergy, so I think it was caused from that.
Oh, okay.
But
all right. So how do you feel just in general walking upstairs, walking around, in situations where typically you would have been short of breath? What happens now?
Well, I move a little faster up the stairs.
Mm.
Yes, it's been
Good.
very helpful.
Good. So you are a non-smoker, and that's the end of that. Isn't that awesome?
Well, it is.
Yeah.
It still surprises me.
Yeah. I see people every day in this room to do this, and I'm continue to be surprised with what I see. I don't think that's ever going to go away. Why don't you tell people who are watching this video and thinking, well, it's probably not going to work for me, because I get those calls once in a while where people say, well, I don't think I can be hypnotized. And
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've already had people say that to me. Well, I can't be hypnotized.
Yeah. Didn't you say that to me?
No.
No, you didn't?
No,
Okay.
I've had experiences with hypnosis
Oh, okay. All right.
in the medical field years ago, and Yeah, I know it's very effective for many things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were a nurse for many years, right?
Just a few.
Just a few. And so your experience with, you have to refresh my memory. I remember you telling me the story. I think you worked with a doctor that used to hypnotize
Yes, that was in
children that needed needles and that type of
an
thing.
emergency department in Calgary.
Yes.
And he, instead of freezing and causing all that pain, he would hypnotize them and do the suturing.
I did that to myself pre-COVID. I had to go for a blood test. I'm not afraid of needles, but I don't like them. But I was sitting here at Life Labs in Brockville, and just for kicks, I just numbed my arm so that I couldn't feel it. And when the nurse came in, I just looked this direction, and it's the first time in my life I've ever done this. I should do it more often when I need to. But she was finished, and I didn't feel anything. I actually didn't feel it.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it's a pretty amazing
That's
thing
right.
when you know how to do it.
Self-hypnosis is excellent if you have a problem sleeping. It's just meditation is what it is. It's an easy practice and it works.
Agreed. What do you tell people that are watching this video and thinking, I would love to quit smoking, but I just don't think that I can be hypnotized, or I just don't believe this could work, or there's just something in them that tells them that it might work for other people, but they think it won't work for me? Because you were that person, right? What would you say?
Right.
What would you say to those
I would
people?
say that you need to manifest your dream of being a non-smoker. You have to believe that you can do it, but I think the main thing is you have to want to, you know, and anyone can stop smoking. A lot of people stop smoking with nothing. I envy them.
Yeah.
However,
that's absolutely true. A lot of people do. But what about the people that want to stop? They have all the motivation. They have all the reasons. There's no shortage of reasons why they want to stop, but they just can't do it. The people that were in your shoes, you had plenty of motivation. You were on inhalers for 10 years. What would you, but you couldn't do it. And then you came here and all of a sudden the switch just flipped, right?
That's right.
So what do you say to those people that could come, whether they come to me or whether they go to another hypnotist or whether they just go to someone who does strictly NLP, sometimes it just takes an intervention to flip the switch. Right?
Yeah, that's
what
right.
would you say to those people about hypnosis and NLP and this specific intervention that I did with you?
Well, I would say take a look at me. It worked for me. It was like magic, and I suggest everyone have a consult and give it some thought.
There you go.
Truly.
That's right. Let's have a consult. Let's have a conversation. It's 20 minutes. It's free. You'll get an idea about how exactly this happens that maybe you haven't been able to figure out from watching some of these videos. You'll have specific questions. You might not get your specific questions answered from my website or from watching these testimonials. The specific questions I can answer for you on the phone. So there we go.
That's
Congratulations once again.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
and thank you for making it happen.
Well, thank you for doing this video so we can help more and more people have a longer, healthier life.
Yes.
Oh, there's no need to hope. It's going to happen.
You bet.
Because that's how you came here. Somebody else was willing to give me a video, and then that's what prompted you to send me an email, and now there's going to be many other people that are going to watch you and say, I want to be like that smiling lady that's so happy.